Cambridge IGCSE for the May-June series for Paper 2 Problem Solving and Programming. This pre-release is to do with a mobile phone shop where you've got phones and tablets and some accessories that can be added to a purchase. As with other pre-releases, it follows a very similar structure. Essentially, task 1, setting up some variables and some lists or arrays, populating those arrays with some data, which is obviously the data above here, and obviously the arrays are category, item code, description, price, etc. Or possibly dictionaries are another way to do it, though not essential for the IGCSE. Task 2 obviously is creating some orders, so looking at some of that data, presenting that data to the user, and the user can then select a phone or a tablet, if it wants a SIM card, a case, etc., and then adding that to another list, as in the purchased items, and then as well as that, looking up how much those items are, so working out a price. And this can be done in different ways. I'll show you in a second one way to solve these 3 tasks. And then at the end, once you've looped around once, twice, several times, then you can come out of the loop if you don't want any other devices and accessories, and then print the price. And the discount, of course, can be done at the end if you have a variable to work out how many devices, or you can do it as you go along, which is the way that I'll present that solution to you. So the overview algorithm, or the abstracted sort of algorithm, set up the arrays, which are these first things here, set up a couple of variables, which is the price and number of devices bought, and set up the names of devices array, so that's going to be useful at the end to print off what we bought. And then essentially this is the main part of the coding, which is a while loop, so that you can buy several devices. So the control for that loop is, do you want to add a device? If Y, which you could do to upper or lower, to a bit of validation to pop in there. Then you choose if you want a phone or tablet. We can have some if statements. If it's a phone, show this. If it's a tablet, show these, and so on and so on. And that's where these arrays come in, because we can just print those lists and do 1 for this, 2 for that, and so on, to make it easier. And again, validating the input as well. And then if asking they want a SIM, if it's a tablet, finding the cost, choose a case, choose a charger, and possibly add an extra charger as well. So you go through these steps here and then ask them, do they want to buy another device, just like we did initially up here. And this is our control, so that we can say yes, and then we repeat, yes, repeat, yes, repeat, or we say no, and we come out of the loop, break the loop, and we just show them what they've bought. So just a quick code walkthrough. I'll keep the abstraction on the right hand side. So what I'll do is I'll debug, and I will just step over initially. So this is setting up the arrays. You can see the variables here being declared and set up in memory and populated with the data as specified here. So just going through it. So nothing new there. So we're just setting everything up essentially. Then we come to the first question, which is, would you like to purchase a phone? So we press yes. And then we're going into this main body of the code, which is where we're going to loop through one or many times. So I'll just step into it at this point. So of course that's true, because I press yes. We add 1 to the devices bought. We print something here just to print off some information. Nothing particularly important there. And then we ask them, would you like to buy a phone or a tablet? And I'll say phone. Again, we might say press 1 for phone, 2 for tablet. That might be easier. So I'll just do it string based, and we'll step. So then we can see if it's phone, which I did put phone, so it's going to go down this pathway. It's going to print the list, and this is what this for loop does. So I'm just going to quickly step over that. There we go. Which number for phone type would you like? So let's choose let's blow the budget on number 5, and again we will step. So that's false. We're not going to add the discount at that point. So it's only if the number of devices is greater than 1 do we find the price of that phone, which is what this is doing, and when we apply a discount by timesing it by 0.9 and we add it to price. So every time we go through the loop we're accumulating the price, and then we can just print it at the end. So let me just step again. So it is equal to that, so we can just add the normal price, as you can see there. Number 4, so we find number 4, which is 549, add it to 0 because it was set to 0 at the start, as the price is now, as you can see on the right hand side, price is 549. So I will step into again, I guess, and I'll append that device, add it essentially to the list, and I'm going to add just the description. There we go, just the description. Now just a bit of user interface, as in, now you've chosen your phone. Do you want to choose a SIM? Here are the options, and then of course, just like we did before, similar structure to the code. We're just going to step over that and print off the options, and then ask them to input which one they'd like once we've printed. And I'll go for number 1. Obviously we're minusing 1 because the array starts at 0. It just sort of makes a bit more sense to do that. So press enter. So we'll step again, so that we can choose that SIM, pop that SIM into the price, SIM price list at position 0, and that will give us the price, which is 0 because it's free, as it says in the pre-release. And then we can add what we've just bought again to our list of things we've bought ready to print at the end. Okay, so we've got 2 things in our sort of purchase list, and then we continue through. So what I'll do at this point is just stop, and I'll show you it in full flow, as it were. So I'm just going to right click, going to clear, and then I'm going to just run it so you get an idea of what it looks like. So I'll press yes, I'll type in a phone, I'll press number 5 again, I'll press number 1 again, I'll go for a case, let's go for an expensive case, got a decent phone, yes, for a charger, yes, I'll have a car charger, number 1, would you like to buy another charger? No thank you. N, would you like to buy another device? So we're back in the loop, so I'll press yes just to go back in the loop. So I'll press time to buy a tablet, and I'll go for number 1, get number 2 for the case, and charger, yeah. And so if yes, of course, then I can pick which one I want to pick. Would you like to buy the other charger? No. Would you like to buy another device? No. So now this is what exits our loop, and then we essentially, with some text, just print out the contents of the items bought list or array, and add, like down here, how much it's cost, which obviously need to round down a little bit more, and that's it. So this covers this sequence of events which describe the pre-release.